This is one of the two most common ways to win the game in Commander, and I'm gonna explain to you how it works in 2 minutes or less. Okay, if you play Commander with folks who really like to win the game, right, folks who are pretty competitive, you have probably heard the phrase going for a breach line before. It's in the same conversation as when people say something like going for a Thoracle win. So while the video the other day focused on Thassa's Oracle, today we're gonna focus on the card Underworld Breach. Underworld Breach is an enchantment for red 1 that states each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast cards from your graveyard for their escape cost. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice Underworld Breach. So most notably, the thing that is so significant about Underworld Breach and escape in general is that when you cast the card from your graveyard, you don't have to exile the card, right? Most things that say you may cast cards from your graveyard this turn, etc., etc., they always require you to exile a card. The second card in the combo is Lion's Eye Diamond. Now you can actually do this with Lotus Petal and it's much slower, but Lion's Eye Diamond is the turbo way to do it, though this card is very, very expensive, so, do with that as you will. Lion's Eye Diamond is basically fixed Black Lotus. You tap it, you sacrifice it, you generate 3 mana of any one color, and you discard your hand. But discarding your hand doesn't matter quite as much when you can play all of those cards from your graveyard. Quick reminder that all my content is brought to you guys by the good folks over at Dragon Shield. I've been using their products for years. I actually just re-sleeved Gearson's Storm with these cool new art sleeves they just made available, so if you ever want to check out any Dragon Shield products, hit that link in my bio and use my code BENBATEMAN, all lowercase, one word, for 5% off your order at checkout. The third piece in the combo is Brain Freeze, an instant for blue 1 that states target player puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard. It has Storm, which means every time you cast a spell that turn, when you cast Brain Freeze, it copies for all of the spells cast before it that turn. And keep in mind, if you cast Brain Freeze from your graveyard multiple times due to the escape cost, which has been granted by Underworld Breach, every time Brain Freeze is cast from your graveyard by exiling 3 cards, it's going to copy for every other time that you cast Lion's Eye Diamond, Underworld Breach, or Brain Freeze, or any other spell that turn. It also counts other people's spells, right? Counter spells, things like that. So once Underworld Breach is in play, you can exile cards 3 at a time to recast Lion's Eye Diamond from your graveyard as many times as you need to generate the mana you need. You can Brain Freeze yourself, milling your entire library into your graveyard, and then eventually once Storm count is high enough because of casting all of these spells, you can mill out all of your opponents. Or even more commonly, you're probably playing Thassa's Oracle in the deck, it's in your graveyard, you can exile 3 cards to cast it for its escape cost and win the game on the spot. This combination of cards is often referred to as going for a breach win. Now there are other cards that kind of slot in and can be used. As I mentioned, Lotus Petal can be played instead of Lion's Eye Diamond, but it's worse because it's much slower. There are other ways to mill yourself that are much more fair than Brain Freeze, but Brain Freeze is the most efficient. Underworld Breach is the only non-negotiable card. Do you play this combo in any of your decks? Let me know below if there are any other seemingly obvious card interactions you want to see explained in a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.